necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to the Ask the Experts show with local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Enjoy being educated in such topics as personal injury law, community association law, family law, bankruptcy law, along with health show topics like pain management, men's health, and dental implants. Now, sit back and enjoy today's Ask the Experts with host Steve-O.
Boy, it is amazing the things that we can do now, or we've discovered we can do now. 2 weeks ago, I was having major knee replacement, had all kind of complications, found out I had a bleeding ulcer, and here I am. I just got out on Monday, and here we are doing Ask the Experts. We are live. A lot of people aren't able to do a live show, but we are live, and for the next hour, we've got some of the greatest guests. And our first show with Ask the Experts, and by the way, if you'd like to watch the show, you can actually go to my Facebook. It's Ask the Experts Steve-O host. Actually watch the show. You might want to watch the first one. But our first show is my favorite. She has been with us, I think, from day one. She is one of the most incredible family attorneys in South Florida. Her face is turning red. No, it's not. And I want to welcome, and I love doing this show with her because I think there's a lot of people out there having a lot of problems now. But let me welcome you to not just a family attorney, but board certified family attorney, Tina Lourdes.
Hi, how are
there.
You?
Good. Listen, you don't have to fight traffic now, do you?
No,
when
it's
we do
great.
It like this.
I can. It's actually great for my clients because I don't have to charge, for my time to like drive places. And I think a lot of the judges caught on to that, and they're going to make this available to do hearings and things like this for maybe forever because they realize it works. So, but yeah, it's kind of it's nice to be home.
Part of your practice doing business this way?
I missed the last thing you said. Sorry.
Are you going to make this part of your practice doing business like this?
So yeah, I mean, right now it has to be because
right.
The courts have entered, and the counties all have different orders. The state Supreme Court issues an executive order, and then the counties do their own separate orders about how they want to handle things within each courthouse. But yeah, the local courthouses, and I think most of the courthouses, they're mostly not fully closed, but for family cases anyway, they're mandating that all the court proceedings be done this way. So we're doing it remotely. We do it typically by Zoom. That's the local, choice everyone of the judges. So yeah, we're doing court hearings. We're doing mediations this way, and it's actually, sometimes it's really helpful because I've got clients all over the state. I've had clients out of state, and normally I'd be telling them, yeah, you have to appear in court or you have to appear in person for mediation, and they would fly down. And this way it's like, okay, we don't have to go to all the trouble. And the good news is it's actually effective, because that's what we were worried about when all this started. Well,
right.
How are, there's an eye contact issue, obviously, or there's maybe is there a rapport issue if you're not in person with someone and you're talking to a mediator, or a person you've met for the first time, or you're talking to the judge and testifying and all that, but it's working. Not perfect. Sometimes people have internet issues or different things, right. but it's working. And the good news is that we haven't had to delay any of our clients' cases. The cases are moving along. The cases are progressing. We've had divorce cases and child custody cases and things that were already happening, already pending when this all happened in March and everything shut down. And, the first couple of weeks, everybody was kind of like, okay, wait, what are we doing? And things got canceled just because people didn't know how this was going to be. And
exactly.
then when everybody settled into this, things started to be rescheduled, and we're doing everything remotely. So right now we're mandated to do everything remotely, at least in Palm Beach and Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade for sure. And it's working. So moving right along.
What's this? First, let's get to first of all, tell everybody about your practice because when you think of family law, you think divorce. There are so many areas of family law that you cover. Tell people about your practice.
Yeah. So yeah, the main thing when people think of family law, you're right, is divorce. And so we handle divorce cases. That's all that I do is family law. So divorce cases, and then we do a lot of post-divorce matters. So things that arise after the divorce, like alimony and child support modifications. I'm seeing a lot of those right now because people's job situations have changed drastically. Child custody and modifications of those things and the parenting arrangements and parenting plans. We also do things like prenups and postnups, some restraining orders. Seen some of those unfortunately in the last few months come up, and but yeah. So the divorce law world is what we handle. I specialize in family law, and you mentioned board certified earlier. So only in Florida, only board certified attorneys can say that they specialize or that they're experts in an area of the law. So what that means is the Florida bar has designated me as one of the, I think, fewer than 300 family law experts in the state. And so, yeah, this is all that we do. The office is in Boca. And, right now, like I said, we're doing a lot of things remotely. Everybody's adjusted and adapted, and it's working. It's working for, as well as it could be.
We had somebody ask yesterday that's in Jupiter, but you cover Jupiter though, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's part of Palm Beach County. So, yeah, my office is in the southernmost city of Palm Beach County, Boca. So we're, I kind of right on the line between Palm Beach and Broward, and so we're in Palm Beach a lot and Broward a lot as well.
So with people staying at home, not going to work, and the kids being at home, have you noticed a difference in the last 2 months with what's going on? I mean, are husband and wives fighting more? What's going on?
So yeah, I think I've seen some of that. What I've seen lately is I've seen just really in the past couple of weeks since the cases in Florida are the numbers of the cases in Florida are going up again of this virus. And I think some parents are concerned about what the other parent may be doing if parents are separated and they have a arrangement. So they're concerned about what the other parent might be doing to protect the children, where the other parent is taking the children, or what what they're doing, things like that. And it's interesting because I've seen a few motions to be filed just in the last few weeks where some parents are they don't want their children to fly to another state to see the other parent, because you've got parents that live out of state from each other sometimes, things like that. Or the other parent doesn't want the children to fly because they don't want them to come from Florida so there's all kinds of things that are coming up like that where there are child custody disputes. And yeah, it's a like everyone says, the word unprecedented. We keep using that word, but it is absolutely true. This is uncharted territory, and it's going to be interesting to see how the judges rule on some of these cases.
What's going on? Well, people are hurting financially now. I mean, even people who've gone back to work, business isn't anywhere like it used to be. What about child support payments?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those cases as well. So those are the two big things I'm seeing are the time sharing child custody things. And then, yeah, I've seen some cases where either the child support or alimony obligor lost their job, got furloughed, took the employer gave a percentage decrease or something like that, a temporary decrease in salary, and they no longer have the same ability to pay the child support or the alimony. So they're filing, some of them filing modification cases, and there's actually a remedy, which is not often used before this, but there's case law on it, and I'm seeing it used now more than ever. And it's a request to the court to not fully forever modify the payment, but to temporarily reduce the payment, or they call it abate. So just basically put the payment on hold and not accrue in arrears until the obligor's income comes back, if it comes back. And I saw a few of these cases be filed like in March and April when everybody started to have income problems. And now it's interesting because we don't know when this whole situation is going to be over, quote over, I'm using air quotes, over. And some people luckily, were came off their furlough or got a job back or found a different job, and some people didn't, and they're still out there really struggling. So the temporary reduction or abatement, suspension of the support payments, it's like temporary may become a longer term thing.
Right.
So,
well, hey, Tina, let's go to break. God, I've got so many questions for you. We're here with Tina Lord. Tina, give everybody your phone number.
Sure. The phone number at the office is 561-544-6861. And the website is lewertlaw.com, LEWERT law.com.
We're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll have more with board certified family attorney, Tina Lord.
Lewert Law Offices is proud to be the family law expert on the Ask the Expert show. Attorney Tina Lewert is a board-certified specialist in marital and family law. Attorney Lewert is committed to obtaining the best resolution for your divorce or other family law case by consistently providing skilled representation, expert legal advice, and personal attention. Attorney Lewert has developed an excellent reputation for providing effective divorce and family law representation in Boca Raton and the surrounding communities. Lewert Law Offices offers legal advice and representation in a wide range of family law matters, including divorce, child custody, time sharing and visitation, child support, alimony, complex asset distribution, post-judgment modifications, and paternity actions. For expert representation in all aspects of divorce and family law, contact Attorney Tina Lewert today at 561-544-6861 or visit www.lewertlaw.com.
And we are back. This is the Ask the Expert show. We're on every Monday and Thursday, drive time, 6 to 7. Before we go any further, I got to thank somebody. I watch a lot of national news in the morning, and they're doing exactly what we're doing. They're video streaming. Now, this is national networks. Look, as soon as I say this, it's going to happen here, but they're always freezing over, always. And I got to tell you, Freddie Santori with AMP2TV, with all the shows we've done, we've had maybe one or two slight problems, which is amazing because I see it every morning when I watch TV. It's like they're always freezing up. They probably have some of the most expensive equipment there is. But here's Freddie Santori, AMP2TV. So if you need to do video streaming, I've never done this with Freddie before. We've been together for about 6 years, but seriously, use him. I'm so happy with the way things have turned out for our video streaming. We're here with Tina Lewert. Tina is a board certified family attorney.
We were talking.
Yes.
So I love Freddie, and I've met him, and he's excellent and amazing at what he does, like you said. But the one thing he can't do is stop the sound that you hear in the background, which is my dog squeaking on her toy, which is a new reality of this world. So I apologize for that.
No, this is the natural look. That's
this
one
is the
thing
way,
Freddie
this is
can't
the new
do.
reality. This is the way it is. And actually, it's funny. So I've done like mediations and depositions and things in my clients' cases, and everybody picks up their dog or their baby or their whatever because we're home. Everyone's home, so it's the new reality. But yeah, I apologize. The dog's.
This is a new dog, right?
human. I'm human. Yeah, she's a puppy.
So,
She does a
yeah,
good
you were
job of
just,
catching
she's wondering why you're not giving her any attention.
Yeah.
And if you want to hold her, you can hold her.
No, we're good. We're
So
good.
we were talking, you were just talking about all the things that are going on during this virus. You wouldn't think about it, like if the husband can't pay child support because he's been furloughed. Well, that means the wife has no money for the kids, and it's
Yeah.
got to be so tough. Nothing, something that's out of our hands. We did not cause this or want this.
Right. No one. Right. None. Right. None. Neither party. Like neither party caused this, and the children certainly didn't cause this. And it's been a really tough time on everybody. And sometimes the harder cases, believe it or not, in typical divorce case that I see, the alimony, if there's alimony, if it's an alimony case, is often a larger number than the child support. And I have a lot of cases where, you've got a very long-term marriage, and that means there's going to be a long-term permanent alimony situation. And so the wife or ex-wife who may be getting a large, alimony number where that's her main source of income because that was the standard during the marriage. And, the guy lost his job or got furloughed or whatever happened during this. Some of these people are really just completely struggling. It's been really hard. And so it's heartbreaking to see a lot of this going on.
Have you had to call landlords? I'm not landlords, but mortgage companies for your clients?
So I haven't had to step in. If a client needed me to help out with that, I would certainly help. But I do have some clients that made the call to the mortgage company, the auto financing company, and they actually got, there's such a thing as a COVID forbearance. I learned quickly that that's a lot of the financial institutions are willing to give. And I think it's more common than you realize, but of course you don't get what you don't ask for. So you got to call and ask for that. But I know that's been a really great option for a lot of clients that I have. And some people are just taking advantage of that because it's there, it's available. So yeah,
Right.
that's, everyone's
What do
trying
you
to figure
tell
out.
parents that have 50-50, I guess, parenting rights? What do you tell the parents that one wants the child to go to school and one doesn't think it's safe to go to school? How's that decision
So,
made?
that's a hard one. And there's a case, I don't remember if we talked about this last time I was on or not, but there was a case that happened, I think in April, in Miami, and there was an emergency room doctor. The ex-wife, the mother, was an emergency room doctor. So she's on the front lines, and she was working in, a COVID hospital, I think in Miami. And the father said, "I don't think our children should be around you right now, not necessarily because I don't like you, but just because, you're putting them in danger
Right.
by being on the front lines of this virus and all that." And initially, the court in Miami said, "Yeah, I'm going to." They granted that, and then she appealed it, and the appellate court said, "No, we're not going to stop a parent's time sharing or take away a parent's custody rights because of this virus." And all she could do is say, yeah, she's on the front lines, but she's doing everything. She's taking all the precautions that are required, and she's wearing, her PPE, and she's coming home and making sure everything, she doesn't touch them until she,
Right.
takes care of her things and her things and all that stuff. So, that's all that any of us can do. And yeah, I'm starting to see more issues like that right now pop up, where one parent wants, school is about to start, or you've got little ones that aren't school aged yet. So did they go to the daycare that's open, or do you have somebody come in the house, a nanny, and watch them privately so that the parents can work, or they can help the older kids homeschool, or it's a mess. And I think personally what's going to happen is that the courts are going to try not to disturb time sharing too much. I think they're going to try to keep the children with both parents, and
Right.
hope that they can make decisions together about what's best for the children. But the court may have to step in on some of those questions and just make a discretionary, determination about it. It's a rough, crazy situation to be in.
So now with the new kind of way of practicing law, does it take less time or is it longer time to get a divorce?
I mean, you might say a little bit longer. I I haven't had any issues with delay. Other than what I said, which was, like I said, the first couple of weeks in March, I saw some hearings and things get canceled because the courts in general were just canceling everything. And then when I think the chief judges of the different counties realized, okay, we can do this and we're not going to shut everything down. We're going to keep things moving for people, and realized, they got some of the, they had to get the judges the software and the equipment and the things that they needed to do things remotely, do things virtually. Um, I really haven't had any delays. We're setting mediations, we're setting hearings, we're setting depositions, we're doing everything this way. And I actually think it's my experience anyway has been that it's been easier to schedule things in the court, because I think people are settling their cases more. So if you want a court date, the judges have more dates available.
Right, that's true.
If mediation, there's, like you said, it's an interesting, phenomenon. There's less time that we're taking to drive places. And so maybe that makes a little bit more time open, so my cases are moving right along. I've finalized some divorces during this. I've settled a lot of cases during this. And, I think it's about the same. That's my experience, though. Other attorneys might have different experiences with it.
Tina, I want to tell you this. We're coming to the end of the show, but if you have somebody, a family member that's thinking about going through a divorce, you're thinking about going through divorce. I mean, your attorney is so important. How you get along with each other, and you've been hearing Tina on our show for so long. I just, there is no way I would want to hire anybody else in South Florida but you, Tina. It's just, I mean, you're board certified, which means you have a lot more knowledge, but you're just, the way you talk, it's just, I don't know, it's like, I need something refreshing going something through that's so devastating, and you're just so perfect. God put you on this earth to be a family attorney.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You know what? I like to think there is a reason that those of us that do this. So thank you.
I truly, truly mean it. Let's give everybody your phone number.
Sure. The phone number is 561-544-6861. The website, we also have a website at lewertlaw.com, LEWERTLAW.com. And there's actually a form on the website if you have questions or you want to send me an email, that you can do that on the website.
So you're like this nice, sweet person until you get to court, and then you're a bulldog. And you know what? That's what you need. You need a person that's going to fight for you, because sometimes some of these cases do go to court and you got to litigate in court. So it's not just, wham, bam, you're coming and you're divorced. There's times where you've got to go to court.
Well, you need someone who can do both. I think you need someone who can be settlement oriented and try to minimize the conflict and minimize the litigation, which also minimizes the cost and the time. But if it can't work out, and sometimes if someone's being really unreasonable, you cannot settle a case. That means you have to go to court, and that should be a last resort. But if it happens, yeah, you need somebody who can do that too, and know how to go in and manage a case and speak to the judges. And yeah, there's a certain mode and method of going to court when we handle these cases and we have our trials and all that. But the judges in general, I'll tell you, they don't like a lot of drama. If you think you're bringing them
Right.
too much drama, they get very upset. They want, especially with the parenting cases, they just want to see that everyone is doing the best thing for their children. And you go in and you're the good guy and you're straightforward with the judge. They appreciate that. So.
Well, Tina will be back with us again next month. Thank you, Tina. I love having you on Ask the Expert. You've got just such a perfect firm to be on our show. And be safe, stay healthy,
Thank you.
and we're going to
You
go to
and feel
break. We've got our next. Thank you so much. We'll talk again to you next month. We're going to go to break. When we
Yep.
come back, we're going to do our estate planning show. We'll be right back.